Shivanjali, you are watching IB News with me, and it's time we have a look at today's top stories. Home foreclosures rise continues to hit US economy. Is Bangladesh ready to face monsoon this season? Rotterdam in Netherlands switches to biofuel to cut emissions. Home foreclosures rise continues to hit US economy. With a whopping jump of 17.6% on an annual basis, the US housing crisis is taking a heavy toll on the market, hitting the recovery of the US economy pretty badly. Prince Campbell bringing the updates.
Prince Campbell, citizen journalist for Instablogs.com. The credit scandal in the United States continues to grow. Portfolio.com is reporting that 2 U.S. senators, 2 former cabinet members, and a former ambassador to the United Nations all received loans from Countrywide Financial through a little-known program that waived points, lender fees, and company borrowing rules for prominent individuals. According to company documents and emails, the VIPs received better deals than those available to ordinary borrowers. Home loan customers can reduce their interest rates by paying points. 1 point equals 1% of the loan value. The VIP loans to public officials in a position to advance Countrywide's interests, of course, raises legal and ethical questions. Countrywide's own ethic codes bars directors, officers, and employees from, quote, improperly influencing the decisions of government employees or contractors by offering or promising to give money, gifts, loans, rewards, favors, or anything else of value, unquote. Also, federal employees are prohibited from receiving gifts offered because of their official position, including loans on terms not generally available to the public. It shall be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out.
Is Bangladesh ready to face monsoon this season? Bangladesh floods. With coming of monsoon, Bangladesh is prone to floods. Is government ready or still waiting for the lives to be lost and damage to be done before taking any action? Rizwan has more on this.
This is Rizwan, a citizen journalist from Bangladesh reporting for Instablogs. Today marks the first day of Ashar, the start of monsoon season in Bangladesh. As a riverine delta, every year Bangladesh is prone to flooding, which inundates on an average 30% of the land areas. And during bigger floods, up to 70% of the country can be underwater. The impact of this is overwhelming. Lives are lost, properties are damaged, and millions of people are displaced. Losing all their possessions, many of them have to start all over again. In recent years, floods have been occurring consistently. So the question arises in everybody's mind, why proper actions are not being taken by the government to prevent flood. Flooding is a natural phenomenon and it cannot be prevented, but careful planning can mitigate its destructive effect. So why should we wait for damages to be done and then take action? Why not act before the flood?
Gorkha Jan Mukti Morcha to resume indefinite strike in Darjeeling in India. The Gorkha Jan Mukti Morcha is all set to resume its indefinite strike in support of its demand for a separate state of Gorkhaland.
This is citizen journalist Radhika reporting from India. Darjeeling tea, known all over the world for its aromatic brew, is facing tough times, especially at its peak production, not because of the climatic conditions, but because of Gorkha stir that is undergoing in the state. The Gorkha Janamukti Morcha enforced a second spell of indefinite band in the area to press for its demand for a separate state of Gorkhaland. GJM, a breakaway faction of the Gorkha National Liberation Front, is demanding full-fledged statehood. Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council, GJM has declined the invitation for peace talks with state government and instead called for tripartite talks with central and state government. The agitation has snowballed into a major crisis, triggering violence in the Darjeeling Hills and nearby areas in the past few days.
Rotterdam in Netherlands switches to biofuels. In an effort to cut down its carbon dioxide emission to half by 2025, Rotterdam is planning to embrace biofuels. But will it work? Reports Rob from Netherlands.
This is Rob, a citizen journalist from the Netherlands, reporting for Instablogs. Rotterdam taxis are switching to biofuel. This obviously causes severe environmental problems. A contribution to improve the situation, however, has recently been proposed. The Rotterdam Central Taxi and local authorities agreed that within 3 to 4 years, more than half of its 700 taxis will be replaced by vehicles driven biofuel. Right now, there is in the Rotterdam region just a single station where biofuel is available, and next problem is that the use of biofuels is not uncontroversial. In the European Union, doubts arise since the cultivation of plants for this purpose can be seen as a threat because the used agricultural ground is not used for food. With new generations of biofuels, however, this problem might be less severe.
South Korean President Lee Myung-bak's government is in crisis 4 months into his presidency. Public anger over US beef imports and a driver's strike has brought the country's ports to a near standstill. Tristan has the story.
This is Tristan, citizen journalist from South Korea for Instablogs. South Korea's president battered by US beef crisis. The resumption of American beef imports, a deal that was struck in April between the Lee and Bush administrations, is arguably the most controversial topic of the year in South Korea. Thousands of Koreans in recent weeks were seen thronging the streets amidst banners protesting the resumption of U.S. beef imports, anticipating that it could expose consumers to the risk of mad cow disease and its human strain known as DCJD. Weeks of rallies in South Korea culminated in a gathering of some 80,000 people Tuesday in central Seoul, the largest demonstration so far. The protests have been extreme, with many civilians violently taking their calls for the impeachment of President Lee Myung-bak to the streets.
Well, that's all that we have for you here from the entire team here. Goodbye. See you tomorrow with new updates.